How's it going, guys? So in this video I'm going to be taking you through the new WordPress Gutenberg Reusable Blocks feature. Now I'm currently using it on a brand new website, a niche site that I'm building. This isn't that site, but I'll be using this as a test page to just give you an idea of exactly how to do it. So there's some really cool features that you can actually use on this, in this new editor that can be really helpful to your advantage. So as you may know, when you come into this new actual editor, it's quite a lot bit different to how the classic editor used to be. So I'll just get rid of that. What you've got here is a load of different blocks. So these blocks basically allow you to do different things, yeah, and they're really customizable. Like, I mean, for me personally, I find it to be a lot better than the old editor. Now, it still has some problems that need ironing out, but as with anything, so with time it will become a lot better. But what I'm going to be showing you today is how to use different features of the reusable blocks. So you can see here I've got this plugin installed, which is Ultimate Blocks. Then I've got another one which is Atomic Blocks, and another one called Cadence Blocks. Okay, so the other one I think is just in settings, Cadence there. And then there's another one called Atomic Blocks, which I can't see here, but it is installed. Okay, now the reason why I've got those blocks installed and also shortcodes is so I can use different customizable features. Okay, so one of the features that I love to use is like this box here. So you can do like a live preview on here, and if we were to do a live preview, we can see what this would look like. So if we were to make it, just say for example, like a pros and cons box, we could make this like green, say for example. Is that the color of the box? Yep. Okay, so it could make it green, just say, and then you'll be able to see it down there. So if we had like, pros and cons, we could do like pros. I don't know what happened there. Let's just do that again. We could do like pros and cons basically. So you get the idea of where I'm going with this, yeah? Okay, so you just come over to the green, select a green, maybe a bit darker if you're going to do that, but this could be a pro, and then you can put content inside of it. Now, when you create these kind of boxes, you might think to yourself, like, I want to keep them and use them again and again. So one of the ways you can do that is by saving this block. Now, when you save the block, it allows you to reuse them. So you can see here, that's a block, then this is a block. And if I press enter, it will move me into a new block. And each one is treated individually. So inside of this, I'd be able to add, it's almost like a page builder. So I can add all these different things. And the reason why I installed these other third-party plugins is because there's many other features that it allows you to have. So you see like this, it allows you to do spaces, dividing, advanced buttons, icons, tabs. So like when you've got different tabs that open, like for example like this, and it has like tab 1, tab 2. You can have all of those kind of cool features, and you can, color it. You can do all different things to it. So you could change the color and change the color of that and the border and so on and so forth. There's so many different features, more than enough to go through on this video. Okay, so it's very customizable, as you can see. Now, if you wanted to basically, reuse that again and again and keep a theme going through your site, you'd obviously want to, not have to create these elements again and again and again. So one of the ways that you can do that is by saving them, okay, and then you can just paste them wherever you like. So it saves it to like a clipboard kind of thing, which is a unique page of where you can manage all of your saved blocks. Okay, so for example, this is another one that I downloaded. So this is Ultimate Blocks, yeah. So this has click to tweet, which is a really cool option, so people can click and tweet like a straight piece of your content, and content toggle. So I was using this for my cons and pros, yeah. So just say that was cons. Just click off that. So just say that was my cons. What's happening there? Okay. Cons. This is really annoying. Keeps popping up. Not sure what's happening. I just need that off at the moment. Okay. Is this going to let me do anything? Okay, but for example, anyway, if I wasn't, I think it's something to do with me clicking up here. Yeah, it must be. Yep. So anyway, if I were to keep this and I wanted to, save it and reuse it again in future, what I would do is add to reusable blocks. Now I can save that as cons. So now that's saved. But the idea is, if I were to create like a new post, so just say for example I had this right here and I wanted to apply this box to another post, what I would do is basically go back up to wherever the post is. So just say I wanted to, go to another post and I had this really cool box that I wanted to use there as well. Okay, so you'd make sure to save it and then would go to all posts over here, yeah. Then what we're going to do is select the post that we'd like to edit. Once that tab opens, we're just going to come down and apply it. So the way we would apply it, so this is the classic editor creeping in again. We don't need that right now, so we're just going to remove that block. And what we're going to do, you can either click here or there, it doesn't matter. Going to go to reusable blocks. So this is a bit small, this laptop I'm using. So there it is, yeah. So that's the block that I saved, with the dodgy C or whatever. So now that's there, but you might think, okay, well, how do I edit it? Because it doesn't allow you to edit. So what you would do is click these three dots up here, and then you would click convert to regular blocks. So now that actually disassociates the block with the previous one, because if you were to edit this right now whilst it's still on the reusable block, it will edit every other destination or place wherever this block is located. So if it was on another post with different information, it would also alter that. So to avoid that, you would come in and convert it back to a regular block, and then you'd have everything that has been saved on it, but now it's actually customizable specifically for this post. And if you're doing this with many different elements, you could keep a whole, bundle of different elements that you use throughout your site. And where I actually got the idea from was when I went on to 10-piece website. They've got so many different elements on the site. It's really beneficial for them to have this kind of feature, because if you go down, they've got like this red area things, they've got these buttons, they've got the whole table as well. They've got like check price buttons, they've got pros and cons, all of those different features like these tables. You're going to want to save all of those things, so you can just literally come into a post, paste, and it's as simple as that. Okay, now you could, if you did want to have an element that you wanted to keep exactly the same on multiple different posts, then what you could do is basically go to where you manage your reusable elements. So you click the three dots on the right, you go down, and then you go to manage all reusable blocks. Now you can't actually access that from anywhere on the left hand side at the moment, so that was atomic blocks there as well. You can't access it at present time. I'm not sure why. This is probably just a feature that they need to add in later. But if we were to open that tab, you'll be able to see that any of your reusable blocks will be stored here. So this one will be the one that we saved, so this is a specific page that's kept for it. So if we open that, you can see it's the same one. So if I were to edit that, I could edit it right here in this tab, and it would edit anywhere wherever else it's located or saved. So the one that we converted to a normal block, it won't edit that because that's been detached from this in this kind of chain, yeah. But this one, wherever you've got other reusable blocks, it will add it. And you can also add different blocks onto it inside of it as well. So if you had a sort of format or structure that you wanted to keep your posts in, then you could also do that. So if you wanted to have an image every time, you could do that, and it would basically keep this whole reusable like post almost, but it's several blocks all in one, and it would save it under that one title of the block that you have. So block test. So that's how it would work, and that's just example purpose what I'm doing here. Okay, now one of the other main features which is really cool about this block editor is that you can actually export the blocks and then import them to other websites. So if you had another site that you wanted to import blocks from or export blocks, you could do that right here. So for example, you would export as JSON, okay, and that would download it to your desktop, and then you could go up to any other site, log in, and then come to this area again and go import from JSON. Now I've actually got a few blocks that I've taken from another website of mine that I would like to use in this example. So what I'm going to do is just open that. I'm going to go to niche sites, tools, reusable blocks, and then you can see here I've got a few blocks that I'd like to import. So I'm going to import this one here, and this is a call to action button. So you can see that's a button, and I haven't used this before. So block imported successfully. Okay, and let's have a look if I refresh if the block is there. So I can't currently see it, and there it is, exactly as I left it on the other website. Now if I open that, let's just take a look and see if that block is there. Okay, so we're just going to wait for that to load. And there it is, with all of the settings I've already added from the other website. It's crazy. It's amazing what you can do. And then if we were to do like the pros and the cons, or product review summary box, okay, that will give away the site. Cons, so let's give you an example of my cons here. Import and successful. Refresh the page, and there we have it. So let's just open that and take a look and see what happens. And that's the actual box that I had, and you can see there I had it as a drop down. So the drop down's open. You can either set it to collapsed or open at the beginning. I've got all of the settings there, and I can come in and add stuff, and I could make it like bullet pointed, so on and so forth. So there's many different features. Now if I wanted to now start using these blocks on my new website, on this website here, I would I've now got those tools saved in my arsenal. So if I were to come over here and I said, oh well, that wasn't the same as my other site, the other one converts really well, I could add those same features to this new site. So you can see here I've got the click call to action button, the cons box, so on and so forth, and look at that, it's exactly the same. So all I would do is take it from reusable to convert to a regular block, and it's even got the link to my actual Amazon product inside of here. So it's that good. Like, it literally copies everything, and all of the features are already there, and that's literally ready to go inside of my new site. So I can take buttons that have converted really well and apply them to my brand new website in literally the click of a button. So I hope this video was able to really give you a nice helping hand on that. You can see that it's exactly the same button from my other website. I hope this was able to give you a real insight into using the reusable blocks on WordPress Gutenberg. And personally, I find the new Gutenberg editor really, really good, a lot better than the classic editor. And with time, I believe that it will get even better. So make sure you come in and start playing with it, get used to it, and I wish you the best of luck. Thank you.